Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 26, 2024, and the Royal Spanish Football Federation have announced their new board of directors, and of course, it's packed with Madridistas. Also, Dani, Olmo, and Pau Victor will find out whether they're going to be registered tomorrow. And finally, Marcus Rashford prefers to come to Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we're beginning this video with the news that the Royal Spanish Football Federation have announced their new board of directors, and of course it's full of Madridistas. Now, in case you don't know, the Royal Spanish Football Federation do have now a new president. His name is Rafael Luzan, who has been picked as the Royal Spanish Football Federation's president until 2028, so for the next 4 years, because as you might recall, the previous president had to resign after a big scandal. There was then an interim president, but now Luzan has been picked as the Royal Spanish Football Federation's next president for the next 4 years. Now, the interesting thing about this guy, he's actually has a pending trial for corruption. So if he is found guilty during that trial, of course, he would have to step down from his position as the Royal Spanish Football Federation president. But of course, innocent until proven guilty. So that's not what I want to talk to you about. Of course, what I do want to talk about is that Luzan is actually a self-declared Madridista. Surprise, surprise. In fact, he has said publicly in the past that he's a Madridista, that he thinks Florentino Perez is the best president Real Madrid has had, and that he's very proud that Florentino Perez is the president of Real Madrid. So no surprise there, but it doesn't stop there. There is more, because today the Royal Spanish Football Federation announcing their new board of directors, their 31 members of the board of directors, and guess who is on it? Starting with La Liga's president, Javier Tebas, who of course is also a self-declared Madridista, has said it a million times over and over again that he's a Madridista, but that's not it. There's also one more, Yolanda Parga, and she's going to be the CTA representative. Otherwise, she's going to be the representative of the Committee of Referees on the Board of Directors of the Royal Spanish Football Federation. And who is she? Well, she is the wife of Mejia Davila, the Real Madrid referee and delegate. So her husband is actually a Real Madrid employee, and she has been placed on the Royal Spanish Football Federation Board of Directors, replacing Medina Cantalejo, someone who he's the president of the Committee of Referees, and someone who Florentino Perez has been trying to get out of the board for a very long time. So it looks like Florentino Perez has succeeded getting Cantalejo out and instead put in Yolanda Parga, who again is another Madridista. So it seems that wherever we go, we have to deal with Madridistas. The Royal Spanish Football Federation's president is a Madridista. La Liga's president is Madridista. Most of the referees are Madridistas. Everybody's Madridista, but yet they keep telling you, Negreira, it was Barcelona that bribed referees. It was Barcelona who got favoritism. There you have it, folks. The proof is in the pudding. Now, am I shocked? Absolutely not. That's how it's always been in Spain since the inception of La Liga. If you don't know, if you think that somehow Barcelona get favored, then you don't know absolutely nothing about Spanish history or about Spanish politics. Anyways, let's move on, because we need to talk next about the Camp Nou and their commitment to VIP seats and how that's going to generate a lot of money for Barcelona. But first, let me remind you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the Goal Kids, Kickback, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. Now let's continue with the news, because Barcelona plan to copy the American model of making lots of money of VIP seats, areas, boxes, etc. in order to increase the revenue from the Spotify Camp Nou, or from the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou. Now, long gone are the days where stadiums used to just be seats where you go in, sit down, watch a match, and go home. Now all the stadiums trying to innovate as to add more things so they can get more money out of you, so they can increase the profits of the club. And of course, Barcelona want to copy the American model, where if you've ever been to any American stadium, there's all kinds of amenities, VIP areas, VIP areas, boxes, etc. This whole VIP experience where the more you want, the more you have to pay for. And that, of course, generates a lot of money for their respective owners of the stadium. And Barcelona want to copy the same model, where right now there are 6,600 seats, so 6,600 seats that have already been acquired through long-term contracts, and that will guarantee Barcelona an annual income of 30 million euros. Now, with the advice of Legends, which is a consultancy company that specializes in sports management, Barca has turned its VIP offer pretty much into a benchmark model, from boxes and suites with capacity of 4 to 12 people to premium seats with access to exclusive areas. The club has already signed contracts that guarantee 250 million euros in long-term income. Now, in addition, 40% of the 2,800 seats on the pitch have already been sold, with prices ranging from 8,000 to 22,000 euros per season. Incredible prices, which of course will generate a lot of money for the club. But of course, for us fans, kind of sucks, because sports are now becoming something, very expensive to participate in. Now, in order to keep expanding its VIP business, Barca is also considering the transfer of boxes for 20 years to foreign investors, which would allow the club to maintain control over end users and prevent, for example, seats from being occupied by rival fans. So definitely ambitious plans by Barcelona to try to, maximize their profits from their VIP seats, their VIP boxes, VIP areas, etc., which again, it's great for the club because it will mean lots of profits. But of course, for us fans, it seems like going to a match is going to be incredibly expensive, and it's only going to get more and more expensive. Anyways, let's continue with the news, because Dani, Olmo, and Pau Victor will know whether they're going to be registered the day of tomorrow. Now, on Monday, Barcelona went to the commercial court in the city of Barcelona, where they presented their argument on why Pau Victor and Dani Olmo should be registered. The court also heard from La Liga. As you know, the dispute stems from a difference in accounting criteria, where initially La Liga had told Barcelona that the Nike deal would be enough to register Olmo and Pau Victor because it would count as new revenue. And then eventually La Liga changed its rules, changed its mind, and said, nope, psych, that's not going to happen. In fact, the new Nike deal will not count as new revenue, and as such, you're not going to be able to register both players. And that is why Barcelona went to court. The court has heard the arguments of both La Liga and the club, and it will decide tomorrow. So tomorrow, Dani Olmo and Pau Victor will know whether they're going to be registered under a precautionary measure by the court, or whether Barcelona are going to have to resort to their plan B, which will be to sell their VIP seats for 20 years for a total of 200 million euros. Now, speaking of Dani Olmo, many Premier League clubs are already circulating, monitoring the situation, seeing if they can pounce, because if Dani Olmo is not registered at any point in his contract, there's a clause that would allow him to leave for free. And as such, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Manchester United are all monitoring the situation in case Dani Olmo's registration falls through, and he decides to leave for free. Any of them would be happy to have him. Now, speaking of Manchester United, we will end today's video with the news that Marcus Rashford reportedly prefers to come to Barcelona. Now, Rashford has seen his minutes drop under the new coach Ruben Amorim, and as such, that has led him to publicly state that he's ready to leave Manchester United. Manchester United are also sick and tired of his antics, so they're also ready to put him on the market. In fact, they're saying they're willing to sell him on a discount, something around 40 million euros, which is something unimaginable a few years ago that Rashford would cost that much. But as of course, Rashford's agent had offered him to Barcelona, but now it's been reported that the player prioritizes going to La Liga and prefers to play at Barcelona more specifically. He understands that Barcelona have a deep need right now for a left winger, and he believes that under Hansi Flick, he would succeed, or that Flick would bring the best out of him. Now, of course, aside from the transfer fee of around 40 million euros that Manchester United would want, there's a big problem with Rashford, and it's his incredibly high salary, which currently stands around 17 million euros. And it's reported that for Rashford, in order to come to Barcelona, he would have to cut his salary by half. Whether the player is going to want to do that or not, we'll have to wait and see. And whether Barcelona decide to sign him, also we'll have to wait and see, because as of now, Barcelona have no intention of signing Rashford, because even though he was always someone that Barcelona tracked and liked, they realized that he is no longer the same player that he used to be. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be uploading another video in a little bit, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.